So next is the G protein coupled receptor family. G protein coupled receptors are the largest superfamily of membrane bound receptors, and they regulate different types of effector proteins. The effector proteins may be enzymes, the effector proteins may be channels, or effector proteins may be carriers, and this action is mediated through transducer, through mediation of transducers, and with the help of a group of guanine nucleotides. These guanine nucleotides may be GTP or GDP, triphosphate or diphosphate. These are basically guanine nucleotides binding proteins, and we call them as a whole as G proteins. So example of G protein coupled receptors include muscarinic receptors, muscarinic cholinergic receptors, histaminergic receptors, adrenergic receptors, eicosanoid receptors, etc. Let us talk about the molecular structure of G protein coupled receptors. Most of the G protein coupled receptors have a same pattern of structural organization. Their receptor consists of single polypeptide chain, and it consists of 400 to 500 residues. The amino terminus is located extracellularly, and after this it is followed by a amino acid sequence. Now this amino acid sequence have 7 alpha helical membrane spanning hydrophobic regions. It means they are hydrophobic regions, and they are spanning across the membrane, and there are 3 extracellular and 3 intracellular loops attached with these regions. So another difference with ionoreceptor is that unlike ionoreceptors, the carboxy terminus is located inside, intracellularly, inside the cell. So both the extracellular amino terminus and the intracellular carboxy terminus, they also vary greatly in their length and sequence, and also the third intracellular loop, it is also a highly variable region. The agonist binding site is not the N-terminal region here. The agonist binding site is located extracellularly, but it is located somewhere between the helices on the extracellular surface, not with the N-terminal region as in the case of ionoreceptors. But yes, a substantial extracellular domain is important for binding of negatively charged ligands, particularly glutamates or peptide hormones.